going forward, Atiku, Tinubu, Peter Obi, they should step aside.
Really?
Yes.
In-depth analysis.
Welcome to In-Depth Analysis.
Of course. I am no longer comfortable with the philosophy of calm down. My principle has the philosophy of calm down. No. We cannot wait forever. And I said, I've been waiting for Labour Party to be consolidated through decisive leadership by my principle. And the delay is bringing anarchy to Labour Party. So I have to proceed to do whatever I can do, joining all the stakeholders to bring the solution for Labour Party and consolidate it. Now, let me concede that I said that I have different temperament from my principle. I've never had any personal grudge or disagreement with my principle.
Which is Mr. Peter Obi?
Absolutely. Indeed, I love and cherish him. And not just that I've never had any personal disagreement, I will never have any personal disagreement. Why? Because I've never made any personal demand from him. Not one. So it is not possible that we will ever have any personal grudges.
Does it mean that he doesn't have a fault?
But that's where I'm coming from. That's why I said we differ in temperament. Now, a Peter Obi will say when he meets an issue, you know, my brother Ken, meaning, my brother Ken, what you're saying is the truth, but take it easy. Let us take it easy. Now, Kenneth Okonkwo will say, Kami felege mo dogu ifi keme. Instead of the mighty being drenched in shame, let a strong thing happen.
So you disagree in the style of Peter Obi in the handling of the leadership of the Labour Party?
That is where we disagree fundamentally.
Have you taken him up personally on this matter?
Very well. Now, Peter Obi is a man who wants to be too sweet for everybody. He is a man who wants to appear too sweet for everybody. And that is why they are licking him up. Because when a sweet thing is in your mouth, you lick it up.
So it's too much of a Mr. Nice. And Mr. Nice is not the way to go in politics.
In my own definition, yes. Unfortunately for me, I am not a dove. So I cannot succumb to the temptation of painting myself a
So
dove.
you want a stronger arm in the dealing of the leadership situation in the Labour Party.
And in Nigeria,
which Mr. Obi is not doing.
By his temperament, and I wouldn't want to push him.
You said that
yes,
Peter Obi just needed to give the right directives and everyone will fall in line. You went further to say, I received my very first shock when he publicly declared that he did not promise Nigerians to build a strong Labour Party, but to solve Nigeria's problems. There are those who say that is what we are talking about.
Yes.
The incapacity of Peter Obi to be able to take strong decisions in politically speaking might dovetail into governance also. He should become a president. This kind of problem might occur. Are you worried about that kind of temperament that you are complaining about?
That is exactly why I said I am no longer speak for him. And the reason is simple. In Nigeria, I can assure you, except something happens, there will be no free and fair election because our electoral jurisprudence has been overthrown. It is dead. So when you're dealing with incompetent and corrupt people, Mr. Nice will no longer be enough because they will never again do a free and fair election. So if you want to contest, it is not enough that people give you the vote. You must have to grow to the level that you're willing to fight. Let me tell you, a lot of people are saying, I want to push Peter Obi to violence. And that is why I'm quietly saying, no, I don't want to speak again.
So you are no longer Peter Obi's spokesperson?
Yes.
And you don't want that job any longer?
No, I don't.
Because you don't believe in his style?
Absolutely.
You think that he should be firmer as a leader
and more decisive.
Well, I mean, isn't that a problem? Because if he gets to become the Nigeria's president, doesn't the Nigeria president need to be firm? And you see that as a vulnerability of Peter Obi?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because my problem is this. When I was speaking for him, I don't need to tell you that I'm aware that everything about me is online. Everything about me is on the line. But I courageously went on. Why? I came into politics because of the welfare of the people.
Your complaint about Peter Obi, is it not a discredit to him? And he's not firm enough as a leader.
I wouldn't know what you mean discredit.
The followers who believe that Peter Obi is all perfect, is the 100% person that the Nigeria needs. And you have come as close as you are to him. You have come to fault him. And you are saying he's not firm enough. Isn't that a discredit to Peter Obi's person who wants to be Nigeria's president? No, how will you tell Nigerians? Because I don't know if you still believe that Peter Obi could still be Nigeria's president.
I don't speak for him.
So you don't know. You don't trust him to become Nigeria's president.
I said what I said. And what I said is this. And hear me again. I said, I do not believe that in an incompetent and corrupt society like ours, that will not give us free and fair election, that will steal the election. I do not believe that when they steal his election, he would have the commensurate force, like a Faye in Senegal, like an MKO who came out, declared himself president on the basis of an election he believed that he won. He was willing to go to jail. He was willing to die. I said, I don't believe that he has that kind of mentality. And I believe that that is the kind of mentality that we want.
I cannot continue to speak on behalf of a leader and that I do not know his stand on issues of great importance.
Absolutely.
How can Nigerians believe in that kind of person?
No, I don't speak for him. What I'm saying is,
but you have preached him to many Nigerians.
That's exactly.
You said he's the best person for the presidency.
As far as 2023 is concerned, Peter Obi is still 100% better than Atiku and Tinubu.
But going forward, you don't think so?
Going forward, Atiku, Tinubu, Peter Obi, they should step aside.
Really?
Yes. Because if the other party, they steal, as I know they will steal the election, this other person will not have the commensurate ava to take back that mandate, whatever it will cost. Let me tell you my belief. If these kleptocrats know how to grab power at all costs, stolen one, snatch power at all costs, fight for it at all costs, and run away with it at all costs. I want a man who have the commensurate mind to be able to grab his victory at all costs, fight for it at all costs, snatch it
to be vehement.
At all costs. Vehement is your victory. People died giving it to you. You can't give it up, even if it means giving up your life. And I'm not supporting violence. I'm just giving you an example. When MKO did what he did, was he violent? When Faye did what he did in Senegal, was he violent? When Martin Luther King did what he did, was he violent? When Mahatma Gandhi did what he did, was he violent? But they achieved it.
Well, have you found an alternative? You said no. Peter Obi, Atiku, and Tinubu should step aside ahead of 2027.
Yes.
So have you found an alternative?
No.
Or we should expect Kenneth Okonkwo?
Leadership evolves.
Should we be expecting Kenneth Okonkwo?
I have not accepted to take any post. That is just the truth. I am looking. That's why I'm objective in searching. That is the truth.
The question here is that there are those who will say the present Labour Party is synonymous to Peter Obi. Peter Obi is synonymous with that.
It's not true.
That the fact that they won the seat that they won or gotten the vote, it was because of the personality of Peter Obi. If Peter Obi exit Labour Party, it will not have the shape and form it presently have in winning any kind of vote. Labour Party going to Lagos State and defeating Bola Tinubu in his own backyard was because of Peter Obi, not because of Labour Party. Are you worried about that?
Labour Party has produced a governor.
And they say it's because of the Obi factor.
I said Labour Party had produced a governor.
In the past?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Olusegun Mimiko.
So a party that has produced a governor.
But never being able to come to the national stage and give and come third in an election.
Let me put it this way. Do not ever diminish the impact of a Peter Obi Labour Party. Don't. It is phenomenal. Don't just... Look, I told you that I have my great respect for Peter Obi. But this is my fear. Assuming Nigerians again come out to invest their votes and their will to him, will he be willing to put himself on the line? Will he be willing to want to die for it? That I cannot answer. And that is what Nigeria needs. The next election will be written in the government houses. If you do not have a man that will stop it before it starts happening. That was happening in Senegal. They stopped it before it started happening. Somebody was willing to die. I have told you, the difference between the temperaments is just a matter of style.
Are you an Obedient?
You mean me? Obedient is not a political party.
But it's a movement.
It's a philosophy.
It's a force.
That's what I'm saying. It's a philosophy. Now, Obedient has done its work in 2023.
You are a Labour Party member, not an Obedient.
I'm a Labour Party
at the moment,
member. Yes.
But not an Obedient right now.
No.
Are you worried that the Obedience will come after you?
If I put my life on the line, campaigning for a candidate in the opposition against a ruling party, and then who told you that Obedience come after people?